Congressman Adrian Smith of Nebraska's 3rd Congressional District met with News Channel Nebraska at KWBE in Beatrice to discuss a number of issues facing Nebraska and the country. Those included gun reform, high gas prices, and also the future of Nebraska's politics. When it comes to gun reform, Smith believes that those decisions should come at a community level and not from Washington, D.C.
I think when you look at mental health, when you look at school safety issues, workplace safety issues, we should be mindful of that. I'm not convinced that all of these solutions need to come out of Washington. I hope that communities across America would feel empowered to make the changes that they think need to be made.
With that being said, Smith doesn't believe in cutting down a place of business that sells firearms.
Some people think, shutting down the local firearm retail store is the answer. I don't think that is going to resolve the problem that I think is far deeper.
A big talking point for the GOP party in the Cornhusker state is the difference Nebraska's Republicans have. To Smith, diverse thinking isn't a bad thing for the party, but he does believe a shared interest in taxes, spending, and economical growth are key for party success.
That's actually pretty unifying across the Republican Party, and actually I think a lot of Democrats subscribe to a conservative point of view as well. We just had a huge primary in Nebraska, very competitive. That's a good sign, actually, and that there's vibrance in the party. There's diversity of thought, and that's okay.
Jim Pillen recently won the GOP nomination for governor. He'll face off against Democrat Carol Blood in November. Smith gave his thoughts on what Pillen would bring to the table as Nebraska's 41st governor.
I think Jim Pillen is an innovator. He's a very successful businessman who knows agriculture. Certainly he knows what Nebraska is really good at. And his ability, I think, to think about the future is what I think is most valuable.
And when it comes to the future, Smith says Pillen's plan of handling the economy in the long term is key.
We won't be able to tax our way out of debt. We won't be able to spend our way out of debt. But when you look at growing the economy, getting our economy back on track, that's what's important. All 50 states have an important role in that as well. And I think Jim Pillen can do a great job of carrying on what we've seen as success in Nebraska economically.
And for Smith's stance on economics, he's a proponent of growing Nebraska and America.
We need to focus on growth. We did great work in 2017 with tax reform. President Biden has attempted to undo a lot of that. Fortunately, he's been unsuccessful on that front. And so we need to think, though, about the future and not wait another 30 years for tax reform when we know that we might need to change some things to focus on growing our economy.
And lastly, gas prices. Headaches at the pump for drivers across America. Smith says President Biden's claims of high gas being related to a drive in electric vehicles won't fix the issue.
Is there a role for electric vehicles right now? Yes, but they're not within reach for most Nebraskans, most Americans. And so we need more affordable energy, whether it's at the pump or whether it's plugging in in your house just to turn on the lights. Energy is very important, and so we need to open up more domestic sources.
Reporting in Beatrice for News Channel Nebraska, I'm Jake Bartecki.